Well, with me right now is Susie Kane, and Susie is a member of the third board. She is one of the directors. Great to have you here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me again, Ken. I'm looking forward to our little session today.
Well, great. I know there's several things you want to talk about. We'll get to the Yellow Stake in a little bit, but first you want to talk about some of the projects that you folks are working on.
Well, the biggest one that's really imminent right now is a project called the Breezeway Resurfacing Project.
Right, I've heard about that one.
You have?
Yes.
Well, that's great. It takes place in the Garden Villa, and it's a pilot program. So we're only doing 3 buildings right now, and they are 23, 84, 85, and 86. And we're just about ready to get started. The point is the breezeway, the old breezeways have had a lot of problems with what we call recessed areas that cause tripping for many of the residents. And they were just generally unsafe. And so we're totally revitalizing it, making it safe and beautiful. It's really, really exciting. It's a great project. It's expensive. We're only doing 3 of them. And so this is just a test. I'm just announcing it.
All right. Do you have a date when this might be started in those areas?
There's going to be a presentation for the people of those 3 buildings in our boardroom on the 24th.
Okay, very good.
At 1 o'clock. And Brad's arranged for a bus at their bus stop right outside those buildings. And there's an on-demand bus stop, and he's made arrangements for them to come around 12:30 for our meeting. So if you're having transportation issues, if you're in one of those 3 buildings, climb aboard and join us, and there will be cookies and little snacks.
All right, very good. And what else are you folks working on?
Well, in communications, we're trying very hard to actually get the community more involved in the sense. We feel that we've really done a pretty good job at saturating the communication, like with this program, for instance, with the Breeze, with the town halls, with all kinds of things, but we are not getting as much feedback that we really need to find out what's truly on the minds of our residents. And so we're trying to set up kind of a dialogue, informal conversation, and we're thinking about doing that in the near future and joining with United. The boards are communicating more with each other, and we hope we can now set it up so that our residents are involved in our communications.
All right, very good. And landscaping, and it's kind of one of the reasons you brought the Yellow Stake by,
Do you want to show the Yellow Stake?
There's the Yellow Stake. I've been waiting to show the Yellow Stake. There we are.
There it is. And right now he has one of the last Yellow Stakes that are going to be seen around for a while, because we're putting a moratorium on the Yellow Stake program.
Okay.
And you know, Bruce Hartley has now gotten things to a point where he's really looking at in depth at some of our programs. And Yellow Stake, I think, is a great idea because it allows our residents to be creative around their manners to a degree. But some people have gotten a little carried away. And as they've been saying at third board, and it's a professional observation, that plants are being planted willy-nilly at the court from Steve Parsons. So we need to really put a check on that and put some teeth into our program, but we do want to ask the residents to just kind of wait and see what this program is like. We promise to get it back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, and the whole real point to this, you call it the Yellow Stake program, but it's so people who plant something that they wish to maintain instead of the gardeners, obviously if they plant it, they have to maintain it anyway, but you put the Yellow Stake down and it tells the landscapers, the gardeners that come by, this is my plant, we're going to be taking care of it, and we have the responsibility for it.
Exactly.
But there's just maybe at this point kind of put on hold.
Right, I think that is the essence of it will be, it's just that we need to put some controls on it.
Okay.
So people aren't, you know, planting all over the common area all over.
Okay.
So, I mean, that is a fun program, and I really think it gives us an opportunity to bring some added beauty to our community.
Okay.
So I want to mention also when we're talking about the bedding area Pots are not allowed in the bedding area.
Okay.
And they need to be removed. And that's a kind of a violation of a compliance rule. I'm talking about this because it's spring and people are starting to get excited and running around buying plants. But if you do buy plants and you're living on a balcony in area, you can only put your pots out if you have a saucer. We do not want them to be overwatered because overwatering causes danger on the balcony, so in many ways. So in the breezeways right now, pots all have saucers. They're supposed to do that. In the new breezeways, we might take it a step further and require saucers and casters, but that's only in those 3 pilot buildings.
Okay.
So I wanted to make that really, really clear.
All right. And I know you also want to talk about flu shots, right?
I do want to mention flu shots. I'm just a flu survivor, I guess you can say. Like many of us in the community, we've been experiencing kind of an outbreak of flu. And a lot of people are saying, well, I hear the flu shot's only a little bit effective. I'm not going to bother. But doctors are asking and recommending, particularly to our age group, that we do take advantage of having a flu shot. It will lessen the intensity of the flu, and take it from someone. I did have the flu shot, and I'm still recovering from the flu since Christmas. So I definitely advise that we go ahead and follow up on that.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do, and you're right. All the medical profession and things that I've seen about this is that, you know, flu shots, when we take them each year, they may have 1 or 2 or 3 strains that they are predicting. However, there could be others that they don't know that they didn't predict within that vaccine, but it's going to cover you for like 30–40% of the time, maybe even more than that. So, you know, I got mine, a while back.
And for the most part, they don't cost us anything. You can get it at a local drugstore, and so it couldn't be more convenient. So please don't hesitate if you haven't done it already. Go with a friend and have lunch after.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add for today?
Well, I'd like to mention that the landscape meeting is coming up February 1st. It will be held in the boardroom, and we'll be discussing all kinds of things, focusing on trees. In March, we'll be having a tree party policy announced, and the whole meeting might be on trees. But you know, we have a viable, beautiful community. We want to keep it that way. And so now that things have gotten a little smoother in the landscape area, we're looking into different projects as well.
All right. Very good. I appreciate you coming on today.
Okay.
I'll give you a yellow steak back.
Okay.
There you are.
will return it because I might consider selling this.
All right. There you go. Auction it off. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, it always goes so fast. I mean,